Bilal is saying, why Canada rejects student visas? His student visa was rejected in 2017 with a very good profile, got admission in University of Gulf in MSc program, but they rejected the visa, stating that the officer is not satisfied that he would return to home country after the authorized stay. His question is, why do they reject a student when they prefer international student for immigration as well? Yeah, so they do prefer international students, and unfortunately, the refusal rate for some countries is higher than others, and it's basically because of the prevailing fraud in those countries. But it doesn't mean that every student is submitting fraudulent documentation. That is one of the factors. This is not the only factor, and it doesn't mean that everyone is submitting fraudulent documents, of course. Um, there are times when genuine students have to pay the price for the deeds of others. Sometimes genuine students, their documents are genuine, everything is all right, but they have not been able to say portray or define their intent in terms of documentation and cover letter. I would always recommend to submit a very detailed, comprehensive, and to the point cover letter that the officer understands or helps officer to understand the accompanying documents. It would be a bad idea to leave the uh, documents to the guesswork of the officer. Don't consider that the officer is gonna just somehow realize or understand what you have submitted, the context of the documents. So that might be sometimes the reason why the officer just ignores some of the very important supporting documents because it didn't make sense to him or her. Um, Whenever someone approaches us with a refusal, we and if they're interested in reapplying, we ask them to consider accessing the officer's notes. That is the first step we do, and then we submit the uh, application, taking into account the any shortcomings that were there in the previous application. If there were any shortcomings, if anything different can be done this time around while remaining in the ambit of legality, we can perhaps get a positive outcome. Okay.